Let's start tonight with the D.C. City Council. Now, we weren't sure if we were going to have any stories that would coincide with today being a, 420 man or not. And then we learned the council unanimously advanced a bill generally prohibiting testing for marijuana as a condition for employment within the district. Now, that news deserves a heartfelt slow clap and a salute from a hand covered in Cheetos dust or whatever your munchie of choice is. Now, the bill was introduced by Ward 8 councilperson Trayon White, who also deserves a salute. And it does have exceptions, however, for certain jobs. Like, for instance, you can't blaze while you're on the job. But if you're legal, what you do on your own time is your business. Although I would advise against trying to hit it and quit it right before you punch the time clock, because you're going to look real suspicious emptying out the vending machine right before lunchtime. Unfortunately for all you federal workers, the bill does not apply to you. That is until it's legal nationwide. Until then, you'll just have to keep going with the fingers crossed system you've been using all this time, or that nasty tea we've all tried at least once. Don't act like y'all don't know Marco. Now, we're going to the streets of D.C. for this next story. Actually, we're going to one of the sidewalks because that's where Navy Yard resident Jeffrey Pincus found this car parked when he was walking to the grocery store. Now, wondering what that was about, he took a picture of it and entered his plate number into the D.C. DMV website, finding out that car has...
We saw over $10,000 in tickets.
Now, really, if you have over $10,000 in tickets, is there any way you won't park at that point? I mean, you got away with it up till this point. I got to say it. $10,000? Good Lord, that's a lot of tickets. How much for just one ticket? Now, the site shows that going back to 2020, the car has 50 citations worth $10,440. So I did the math, or rather, our team did the math. That actually works out to over $208 per ticket, fellas. That is 50 pairs of LeBron 19s, or 9 of these black super mini Gucci purses, ladies. You know what $10,000 apparently doesn't buy? A towing. Raise your hand if you've been towed for way less than that. Some of y'all been towed for tickets worth less than a price of shoes from Ross. And I just mean one shoe, because you know you can't find matching shoes at Ross. Pandemic parking enforcement has been lax, but DC Public Works issued a tweet just today saying that they're back on the job looking to boot and tow. And if your car is parked on a DC street with tickets, they want you to know they're going to fine you, and bragged about finding a car with $70,000 in tickets. But evidently you're good on the sidewalk with over 2 bills, huh? Evidently that's all good. Why would they look there? Let's turn our attention to Catholic University, where a dress that had been worn by Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz has been, quote, found atop faculty mailboxes in the university's School of Music, Drama, and Art, and is now headed to auction. Now, the dress, a gift from actress Mercedes McCambridge in 1973, is that blue and white gingham joint that Dorothy paired with the red slippers, and based on the data, actually might be the only one of its kind in existence. So it's potentially worth up to $2 million. And look, I'm just going to call it what it is. Look, you know I try and rep DC. I try and get your back. But Catholic University, this sounds sketchy. It does. It sounds sketchy. What kind of long con was Miss Mercedes and Catholic U trying to play here? First of all, how'd she get the dress? How'd she get the dress? How did she get this one-of-a-kind dress off the set and back to see you? What kind of Ocean's 11 caper are they trying to pull off? And then it goes missing to suddenly just turn up on top of a random mailbox? Now, I have no evidence, but it sounds to me like somebody was trying to drive the price up. I ain't mad at you, but I'm not falling for the okie doke. So go ahead and click your heels together and get you $2 million. And finally, let's look to our neighbors up north in Canada's British Columbia, where officials in the town of North Cowichan have been forced to look into ways to protect the world's biggest hockey stick from a pair of woodpeckers. Now, how do you stop a woodpecker from pecking wood? I mean, I guess there's a way, but they don't want that. They don't want that press. They don't want that press. And they're Canadians. Their politeness even extends to wildlife. Like, hey, could you not peck there? Hey, we got some nice maple trees you can peck at. No, you hoser. What do you mean? What? Okay, fine. A boot. Yes, I had to say a boot. Local bird, evidently they don't say it like that. They say that's a big conspiracy, but whatever. Local bird experts, yes, they have local bird experts, think the pair is setting up shop to raise a family And they like the location. Now, good bird schools and whatnot, that makes a lot of sense. So nothing they've done so far is convince the birds to leave. I'm thinking they might want to go ahead and outsource this job. Maybe bring in one of their southern border brothers as an outside contractor. We know how to handle unruly wildlife, unless it's a zebra running through the streets of Prince George's. Then we got absolutely nothing. My favorite story, well, of course, it ain't DC parking enforcement out here sounding like Suge Knight. But it is 420, man. I would never harsh your mellow. So congratulations to my newly freed Irie brother. And it's the DC Council making way for pot. Grass, weed, dank, ganja, Mary Jane, reefer, herb, diesel, smoke, sticky icky, broccoli, cabbage, blaze, chronic, fire, endo, doobie, bud, Buddha, killer, pressure, skunk, leaf, swag, or discount therapy. The only kind I can afford.